How to stick weld as a beginner. Grand Rising family, Grand Rising, your welding coach, Black Phoenix checking in, and we are going live in Southwest Little Rock at the Goodwill Academy off of Scott Hamilton Drive. And today we are working on stick welding. We actually got one student to our right working on 6010, and the student to our left is working on 7018. So I wanted to talk about how to stick weld. The basic way to learn how to stick welding is to just run beads. They're actually running beads now in the horizontal position, but we start running beads in the flat position. The goal is to get you to run a bead in a straight line consistently without any errors in the first position, flat, and then we go to the horizontal and then the vertical up and then overhead. So the goal is to actually learn the basic principles of travel speed, angle, and gap to metal, how close you are to the metal. Now, I want to say as far as your gap, you want to be so close to the metal where you're actually kissing it. So I'm going to say about an 1/8 inch off the metal. You really want to be close, and as you get close to it, the force and the arc actually pushes you away a little bit. Now, if you get too close, you're going to stick. So you want it actually as close as where it's not gonna stick, but because you got control of it, but it could stick. So you just want to keep it real close. That's one main thing you want to remember. And you want to remember your travel speed, how fast you are going. You don't want to start slow and then start going fast, or you don't want to start going too fast. Normally people start going too fast and too slow. That's normally what I see. And just to control that, you want to start running a consistent amount of beads, and I try to cut a 6 to a 7 inch coupon plate, and I do that because most of the weld tests are going to be from 6 to 7 inches. So if you can run a stringer bead at least 6 to 7 inches, you good on being able to take a test, and you want to be consistent in that 6 to 7 inches. So I'm gonna say if you can do that consistently, you're gonna be okay. But the main goal is to get the basic things that you can actually control, which is your gap, your angle, and your travel speed. Now, when it comes to your angle, rule of thumb, I would say you don't want no more of a 15-degree angle. I try to stay within a 5 to a 10, depends on what position I'm in. With the stick rod, it can be a little forgiving with the angle, depends on what position you're in. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind, each position, normally you're gonna have to change the amperage. Right now, we're running 125 amps on the stick rod in the horizontal, and we're running 85 amps with the 6010 rod in the horizontal. So it all depends on what rods you are using. Now, he's using the 1/8 inch rod. Both of them are 1/8 inch rods. Now, we do have the 3/32 7018s, but in the field, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna either do the 3/32 or the 1/8 inch 7018 rods. Majority of the time, you're gonna be doing 6010s. They're gonna be 1/8 inch. Now, when it comes to using the 6010 a lot, that's gonna be when you are doing a lot of pipe work. In structural welding, 7018, which is what the guy is welding right now, to our left, he's actually doing what is in construction and in most field welding jobs like bridge welding and construction welding. Is 7018. You're gonna do a test in the uphill and overhead position normally on a 3/8 to a 1 inch coupon all the way out. And depends on what they're gonna be welding on, and depends on what city you're in and state, all of that varies. We are in Arkansas, so if you want to get the money in Arkansas, you want to literally do a 1 inch stick test uphill and overhead, unlimited, and construction gonna love you here. Bridge construction, they're doing a 1 inch coupon now. I heard they're doing it in the flat position and in the vertical up position. So you can actually do 2 tests. You can do one flat, or you can do the one that's 3G, which will qualify you for the horizontal and the flat position. So keep that in mind. So if you get your horizontal cert, if you get your uphill cert, it actually covers horizontal and flat. But if you get your flat cert, it just covers flat. So just keep that in mind. You always want to have at least a couple things under your belt, but the best way to start learning how to stick weld is to jump in the booth like they're doing. Just get in here and run beads and clean it and start looking at some of your errors and things you did wrong, what you did right, and that way you can fix it from there. Let's step in for a second and then look at my guy.
Look at this one.
Ooh, it ain't bad, fam. Nah, looks good. Come over here and check him out real quick. He's doing 60-10. Woo, he's burning. You see, he's just trying to find this line, but boy, he got them dimes, fam. He's finding himself. So now you're finna try to go up and straighten it and then come down and fill it in. See, yeah, that's how you do it. So it's all about practice. So tell us real quick, this 60-10, what do you think about it? Tell me, what kind of tips can you give somebody stepping in it for their first day? If the day their first day and you can give them some game, what would you tell them about the 60-10?
Well, I can tell them about it, that it's not the easiest thing you can do.
It's a little challenging.
Yeah, it's a little challenging with the manipulation.
So you have to manipulate it, exactly, okay.
But I notice on the, me personally, I notice when I do a vertical, I tend to go down, actually trying to follow the toe, the line and stuff.
Okay.
Go
down more. Okay, so it takes a while, and you just not getting on this. So going flat was a lot easier because it was easy for you to go across. Now you just trying to stay straight, keep them going down at the end. Okay. All right, go on, get to it. We ain't gonna mess with you. My guy, he about to burn one now. We're gonna check him out. And like I say, the things that you can control and learning how to stick weld is your angle, your gap, and your travel speed. Those are things you can control as long as the amp is right and the rods are good. Now you can get bad rods now, family. You know, you can get some bad rods that will make it a living nightmare trying to get it struck and get the profile and the performance that you want. But as long as all of those things are correct, the things you can control is your angle, your gap, and your travel speed. Now listen to that sizzle. See, right now he got a good tight arc. It ain't doing a whole lot of popping. It's sizzling. Oh man, I know this weld gonna turn out good, family. And see, the goal is to keep doing these beads in every position until you can tie them in and make them look good, and then we go to the next position. But there's no reason to rush. The main thing is practice, family. You probably gonna be doing beads in your sleep. on your days not running, you probably use a pencil. Right. I love to say you can learn a lot by using that pencil too, by holding it a certain way to move and manipulate the beads, because that's going to help you. You just got to get muscle memory with using your hands, fam. Muscle memory with using your hands, and you're gonna be all right. But the main goal, family, is to get started and to get in the booth. Find you a location to get signed up. Find you a private facility or a school or a college, depends on where you're located at, and get signed up, family. That's the main thing you got to do. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, off of Scott Hamilton Drive at the Goodwill Academy, and we teach a 16-week program. 16 weeks you learn stick welding, flux core welding, and stick welding in 4 positions, but we test you in 2. We teach you how to use the plasma torch and the cutting torch, and you get your OSHA 10. We help you with job placement and building your resume. So it's a win-win situation, family. So how to stick weld, you got to get signed up. Get signed up in a city near you. I don't know where you at. There's probably some private people too, so look at some of the private facilities. They do have places that teach you on the job for those who have to get to the work and make some money. Hey, there's opportunities out here, but there is a great need. I read an article the other day that said coming into 2024, there is a need of over 300,000 welders. Over 300,000. So, hey, let's get to this bag, family. I don't know where you at, but get signed up in the program.
Starting to tie in.
Looking better, fam.
We ain't.
Woo! You getting it? Look at that.
Tie in.
Look at them, fam. Practice make perfect. Hog on.
Let's go. Travel speed, man. That's where it's at, man.